Hey fellow Aquas, how y'all doing? Welcome. We are going to be taking a look at your 2023 overview here. So how excited am I to talk about all of this perfection we have going on? So for the year ahead, you are coming through as the turtle. This is you in 2023. Now, this is incredibly positive. I want to say that we got the turtle for the second half of December, I think. But this is really positive because turtle equates to the Four of Wands in the tarot, which speaks of celebration, happy home, happy family, rejoicing. And not just that, but really as it equates to the turtle energy, it's really about appreciating where you are when you're there. So it's about toasting those victories along the way. It's not like the world key where you're at the end of a cycle and it's like, all right, we're done. What's next? No, it's like you're mid-cycle and you have a lot to celebrate as you make your way, down the road and as you go along your journey. So it's really, really beautiful. It's also that energy of signs and synchronicities because it's that 1111 key as well, which is really brilliant because that means as you go through 2023, there is going to be an abundance of signs, synchronicities, deja vu, prophetic dreams, divinely inspired ideas and plans that are helping to support you through this year, which is really brilliant because we all have challenges and moments of doubt and we're like, I can't see the forest through the trees. But when we feel that support of the universe with us, when we're seeing those signs and we know that it's meaningful, right? When we're getting those, synchronicities, when we're having those dreams, it's like, oh, okay, I know that I'm on my path. And that's what this feels like. It's like 2023 is like, I know I'm on my path. And that is a beautiful, wonderful, epic feeling. It really, really is. So challenges coming through in the house of challenges for the year is fascinating because it is the only major arcana. Now remember, major arcanas are about destined or fated events. They're about soul marker moments, karmic ties and relationships. So not much can be changed within those factors. We can control how we respond to karmic or destined or fated energies with the major arcana keys. But it's really the minors that if we see something that we don't like, we can really make different choices to change that outcome. So the fact that we have the Hermit in our place of challenge for the year, let's talk about that. Hermit, Virgo energy is very much about going internally and really asking those big questions and seeking insight in a way that is done solo. Hermiting is not an activity by definition and design that is a group activity. Now, that's why I feel like it is a challenge for Aquas, right? Aquas, as you well know, are all about collaboration. Now, we like our own ideas. We definitely, want to be heard and we feel passionate about how we see things. And not everyone can always see things as we see things because we just have an expanded vision. We can see a little bit further ahead. It's kind of our gift and our curse, I think, because sometimes like seeing further ahead or seeing, outcomes that other people just don't have the ability to, key into or join us on can be a bit of a burden, can be a bit isolating and lonely, right? But with this Hermit coming up in the challenge position, I feel like there's an aspect that's going like, I'm feeling challenged because I really want to, have a group around me that can join me in this work, that can help me get to where I'm going. I want to bring my friends in on this. I want to work with my friends. I want to bring in my coworkers on this and, a bigger way so that we all get a piece of the pie. But I feel like Aquarians have a great comfort level in working within a team. Now, it's an interesting dichotomy because Aquarians also really value working alone, right? It's both. That's why it's a dichotomy. It's both things. Ideally, it's like working alone and really getting clear on what it is that we want to do. And then we go to the group to discuss and open up and hear what they did on their alone time. So it's like we're all alone together. And then we come together as a group to share our vision, right? I feel like that is not just about like how we go about work, but also our own life and relationships as well. Because we need that alone time as the inventors, as the seers, as the philosophers of the zodiac to really go in and process, the things that are coming through for us. So this challenge, I feel like, is saying a lot of this stuff needs to happen within you, for you, on your own, which doesn't mean that you're not going to have a great support team. but it's the path here that this is, you know, feeling like it's really got to come from you and your own efforts and your own time and your own unique vision. And that can feel a bit isolated, but the thing is, help will always arrive, right? When you're ready for it and when it's time. That group effort will arrive, the people who are there to help join in your vision and listen to what you have to say and really propel you forward. But you're really being called to step into your own power and really tune into that Virgo energy, because think about Virgo energy as well. They're brilliant at the details, right? That's why Virgos and Aquas make such good friends in my experience. Like they're the most airy of all the earth signs. So they can take Aquarian ideas and vision and ground them into reality. So it's like, you have this idea and this vision. Okay, well, here's all of the paperwork. Here's all of the, you know, people we need to call to make this happen. Here's the patent lawyer's number, whatever it is. And they're like, we're gonna put in your ideas into an action plan. And that's what you're being called to do in the house of the Hermit with your place of challenge. So taking those ideas and putting action plans behind it, which feels like it wants to be a bit of a solo activity in some way, shape, or form before it's formed enough to go out and share and make it into, like, you know, sort of like a group space where you can really benefit from the collective support. So in your place of victory, this couldn't be better. It's Six of Swords. Hello. This is air energy. It's perfect. Six of Swords is a transition point that you feel really happy and safe around, and really trusting that the transition point is in your highest and best good, which is brilliant. This is a really beautiful way of looking at, you're really, really connected to the truth, that it really is about the journey and not the destination. And because of that, you're being open to possibilities and achievements that you wouldn't be if you were just focused on the end result, which interestingly enough is also a bit of Virgo energy, because Virgos are brilliant, but they start with the end result. They're like, where do we want to get to? Let's start with that. And then we can do the action plan to get there. So the fact that this is in your house of challenge, there could be some temptation to really think about that end result and work your way backwards. But your advice here is not to do that, because you could be limiting yourself, right? So it's not about focusing on the end result or even making that too clear in your mind. It's a step by step, as motivated by divine inspiration, a clear mind, and calm and trust and knowing, right? This sugar glider has trust and faith that it is going to land on the hilt of these swords and not the blade. And because it trusts and knows that, it always lands on the hilt. So your leaps of faith and your trust in your path and that deep knowing is going to be the thing that propels you forward in success. Now, Five of Swords is coming up as your advice. Now, this is very, very interesting, because Five of Swords is, you know, people acting outside of their own integrity, acting against your best interest, or you acting against your own best interest. I feel like there are factors at play around you in your current environment this year that are really awakening to you to the things, people, places, habits that are not really serving the person that you are evolving into, right? So there's some things coming up around this going, hey, really assume that hermit position, notice everything. Don't leave out the details. Really be willing to look and see things as they are, not just how they could be, which Aquarians do. I know this very well. We love to look at how things could be. Look at things as they are, because there are things in your environment and within yourself that aren't serving this greater picture and goal. And if you notice them, then it doesn't become that difficult to make edits. And they could just be small edits or big edits. It's really up to you to notice them though, so that they're not affecting you, because it only has power over you if you're not aware of them, right? So notice those details. Now the outcome here could not be better, more brilliant. It's Eight of Wands. It's fast forward movement upward. It's accelerated movement and pacing. It's messages, it's offers, it's communication. It's woo, things are really rolling and going now. It's like this free, unimpeded forward movement. Horse medicine is very much about going with the flow. And when you do that, when you trust in divine timing and the natural pacing of things, you end up exactly where you're meant to be at the exact right time. This keeps us from having to undergo like Tower energy. It keeps us from having to undergo Four of Pentacles. I'm kind of stuck where I am, right? So this is the map This is the map and the way to get to this 8 of Wands as a result. And this is just a lot of success, feeling really good and like you're really rolling through. Also, the fact that, you're coming in as a turtle here, I feel like there's another message in this as well, because, the Hermit, it slows all the way down to be still. And then the turtle is all, it's also about divine timing and understanding that, you're going to get to where you're going as a means of step by step. Right? There's no motor attached to this turtle that's going to zoom any which direction. So there's also an aspect of this that says, take your time to get to where you're going in a calculated way, like a Virgo would, so that you don't miss anything and that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. And in doing so, it's going to get you to a place of victory where you are just speeding along and really, really outstripping, outrunning like the rest of the pack. But I also feel an aspect of yourself that took the time to get to where you're going. And then it's like, boom, accelerated, quick movement ahead as a result of going about it in a calculated, purposeful, and meaningful way, right? This is really stunning, Aquas. It really, really is. So with that being said, I so hope that this gave you all of the excitement and motivation with which to go into 2023 that you so well deserve. I am sending you so many blessings for a beautiful 2023 ahead. And with that being said, let me know in the comments how this finds y'all. How do you feel about coming in as the 4 of Wands turtle for 2023? How stunning is that? And just thank you. Lastly, I appreciate every single one of you for being here. And most of all, and as always, just thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.